startups going after pets, Estonia being awesome yet again, Pirate Bay founders being sued once again, and 2 funding rounds in this week's episode of 3 Minute Friday. Let's get right into it. First up is a company called ActiveMedi, and they develop a device that's going after your pets. No, they don't want to kill any of them, they want to put it on them and track them. Just like a tracker that you are wearing today but don't know what to do with it at all whatsoever will be put on your pets. The difference is, I think, is that the one that is on your pets can actually be a little bit useful. First of all, you'll be able to track them and to know where they're going, and in case they're lost, retrieve them or find their kidnappers. And also, it might be very useful if you want to take your pet to a veterinarian later on, because it will also track its growth and also many different statistics about the daily life cycle of your pet. Somebody should give a raise to the PR person in Estonia, because it seems like almost every week that country is in the news. And this week they announced that they are planning or thinking about Estcoins, or cryptocurrency in Estonia. That's really cool, because the way they want to do it is they want to do an ICO, raise a lot of money, and create basically a fund that will invest into digitalizing the nation and make it the most digital nation in the world. That is an amazing idea, and it will change the whole view of economics if Estonia is to actually do it. Right now it's just a theory, but when it comes to Estonia, you never know. Tomorrow it might be reality. That will blow my mind, really, if that happens. The Finnish Anti-Piracy Center is notorious for looking down upon those that infringe on copyright. Sometimes they catch little girls, at other times they go after people who actually pirate a lot of stuff. For instance, they just sued the founders of Pirate Bay once again for 405,000 euros, and the court decided that they have to pay it. One of the reasons why that happened is because the Pirate Bay founders, well, they didn't show up. This is not the first time that this has happened, and in response, Peter Sund promised that he wants to sue them back. Boom! Moving on to funding rounds, and we have 2 that we want to bring your attention to. First is a pretty big one, $12 million that was raised by a company called InRiver out of Malmö, Sweden. What the company does is basically PIM. You might not know what it is, but I'm going to help you out. PIM is Product Information Management, or basically looking after everything when it comes to information about your product. So say you have a catalog of products like headphones, and the information about them is pretty much everywhere, in different languages, on boxes, on cardboards, in shops, and you have to manage that. You have to make sure that it's correct, you would have to make sure that it's translated well, and it's actually a pretty difficult task. This company is helping anyone manage their product information, and they raised an additional round of financing to help them do that. Last but not least is a company called Kieko out of Helsinki. They raised 700,000 euros in order to make audio great again. Basically, I personally believe that audio is going to be the way of the future. Why? Because basically you don't have to have a screen in front of you. And if AI becomes smart enough, later on they will be able to give you the right news at the right time, the right books, and the right information. Kieko wants to start doing that by first of all making it possible for you to listen to your favorite influencers, talk shows, and artists right in the Kieko app. I think that's a step in the right direction, because I believe a lot of us are getting tired of looking at our screens all the time. And if everything will become auditory, that will change. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of 3 Minute Friday. Thank you, Evely, for continuing support. See you next week. Over and out. Ta-ta.